All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have not a surprise this time, because last time when we interviewed NMP PCH HayaBusa, we had a surprise when we introduced Mikey. I remember that was really funny. I guess everybody remembers except for Ray. And Neil wasn't there by then either, right? So this time we are not doing motor helmets or biking helmets or whatever. We present the current lineup as it is. Thank you, NMP PCH HayaBusa, new lineup. And I'm giving the word to Mr. Dennis Prate because you want to introduce Ray. Ray is the new member and the rest I leave up to you guys.
Yeah, so after the news of Mike leaving, the ball immediately in our head started rolling of finding a replacement, and so we decided to do some tryouts, and we selected some people, made them fly with us in the tunnel, and Ray was one of them. Yeah, went through the selection and we decided to go with the youngster.
When was that?
So that was at Belgian Nationals, because we weren't able to participate.
It was in August.
Yes, right after the World Cup. Yeah, so yeah, beginning of September. So yeah, we flew, we sat together with the team, thought a lot about the options that we had. So options of more experienced people, older, so advantage of having experience, or going for the really young guys with almost zero experience, but they don't have any. He doesn't have any bad habits, so you don't have to unlearn him stuff. You only have to learn him stuff. And since he's so young, we decided to go with him. We also had the support from the Belgian army to look at the long-term solution and not to look short-term, which is what we like, so we can build this project to what we want. So after all that, yes, we decided to take Ray.
And that's him, by the way. No,
that's him.
Yeah. Who are we talking about actually?
Yeah.
It's Ray. I don't even know your last name yet.
Lodens.
No, it's okay.
So Ray has a background of jiu-jitsu. He is recently became vice world champion in the youth category in jiu-jitsu.
How long ago is that?
August.
In the youth category in August, which means like you are just out of youth.
Yeah.
Let's say it. How old are you?
I'm 19
years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
The youngest NMP PCH HayaBusa member ever, right?
NMP, yes. HayaBusa, no.
Yeah.
Because Andy was in the team when he was 17.
Ah.
Yes, as an amateur. But yes.
Okay.
So the advantage of Ray is that he's already very athletic, that he knows what it is to compete at the world level. Obviously in another sport, and so this is different, but at least he has that experience. We see that his learning curve, that he learns very quick, and yeah, everything fell for us in line to say like let's go for him, and that's where we are now. This is the first training camp with it. Well, first outdoor training camp with him. First couple of jumps we did, and so yeah, it's back to basics, obviously, back to learning everything. We also switched. I switched slots. Ray will fly the point slot, and I'll go to my what was my B slots. So I go to outside center, step by step, learning him all the blocks, and then still a long road ahead. But we're looking forward to the challenge.
So what I saw today on the video in the team room was really first day, right? There were jumps from the first, for today's jumps.
Yeah, exactly. So, doing good.
So you mentioned earlier that HayaBusa didn't compete at the Belgian Nationals, right? So, are you not eligible now not qualified for the World Championship next year? Because you didn't.
Well, the good thing is we don't have to go to Israel.
That counts for everybody, probably.
Yeah. No, I think Dave knows more about this, but I think in Belgium I think in Belgium there's like kind of because we're the professional team, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. Another team really needs to challenge us to be able to take our spot, let's say.
Not at the nationals necessarily.
Yeah, well, yes, at nationals they have to. Well, they have to challenge us at least for us not to go. But yeah, I don't know how that evolved during the years now because we didn't now compete at Belgian nationals. But I honestly cannot give you an answer to that.
The rules expert.
I don't know.
Right next to
Two times and win 2 times.
Yeah.
But even if they challenge us now and we didn't show up, they won. Like
I know.
But nobody did it.
So nobody challenged us. So
how would you officially? How does it work formally if you're challenging
You
another
go to
team?
the federation.
the
I
Belgian
see.
Federation, you say we
Okay.
want to become the national team and we challenge.
So that can happen
Right.
after the nationals too. They can just come, hey,
Yeah, but you need to do competition.
yeah. So they set up a competition then, or a weekend where you're okay. They have a similar rule in
Probably
Germany.
something like that. Yeah,
Something.
it never happened yet. So we don't really know how it goes, but we know that they have to challenge us. So even though because they know well enough that we jump more than any other Belgian team.
Yeah,
Obviously in Belgium.
everybody knows.
So our progression, even if we take a step back now, you would say, okay, now it's maybe Ido is better, but our progression will be so high that by the time that there's an official World Cup, we'll be probably back to number 1 team.
So the federation has basically the last word, no matter what.
Yeah.
If they think HayaBusa is by far the best team at this point, even if they did not win the national championships, but you are the best team when it comes to define the delegation for the World Championship, the federation says we want this team to go.
Yeah, and it's also they also know that this is our job. So yeah, we have to perform, let's say.
So if Aero would say, hey, we won the national championship and we want to go to the world meet,
but a lot of that's different. But Aero doesn't think like that. They were happy with the result at the Belgian nationals, and they didn't because they were going to Belgian nationals thinking that we were going to be there. So there's never any. Well, they don't go there with the mindset of okay, let's take the top spot and let's go to Israel. Otherwise, they would have challenged it to us. So yeah, unless maybe that changes now for the next time. So
I would think
After this interview,
I would think it's the other way around. You know, they are the official champion, so you would have to challenge them. Actually,
You are the official national team.
You are the official national.
Yeah, so it is no. That's one.
Well, I don't know the rules in Belgium, so each country can do it differently. Now France has it differently than Germany, and USA have it different than France or whatever. You know, so
every country has a different situation.
Yeah.
Well, not many countries have a real professional team in their midst.
So now you have possibly the youngest four-way competitor at a World Championship, because Tom Matuni, how old is he? He must be 19 years old.
Must be the same
age,
yeah.
I would guess.
Yeah, but he's been Tom has been flying a little bit longer in the tunnel as well.
Yeah. So Ray, tell us a little. I mean, you're on a trip probably now. You know how you must have the time of your life. You know, competing with 3 world champions and one almost
0 world times. 0 times.
coming from nowhere, because you have how many jumps?
290.
That is excluding the training jumps here. So
no, that's everything.
Oh, with everything. So including whatever has happened so far. 19 years old, 280 jumps, just done with AFF.
He still has some habits of AFF. Since then he needs to unlearn.
So first you had Neil in there with you were 23
Yeah,
when he came in. Mike was older actually when he
26.
came in at 26. And now you're going further down now, 19.
Long term.
So you mentioned earlier you have an athletic background, which makes it always better for a competitive team. Tell us a little bit about your athletic history in other sports.
Yeah, so I started with Jiu-Jitsu when I was, I think, 8 years old. That was mainly because we wanted to protect ourselves on the streets if something happens. Then we started competition together with my brothers, and we fell in love with competition. We did a lot of competitions, and then we started to do it also international at a high level, top sport, and that's the history of Jiu-Jitsu. And now I put an end on it and start.
You really stopped. You still practicing for yourself a little bit.
It was my plan to quit Jiu-Jitsu because I wanted to join the army, and then I got the opportunity to join HayaBusa, which makes it interesting because I also wanted to go to the army. So that was like the perfect moment to join the team.
So you had already planned before did you plan to join the army before you started jumping?
Yes, I wanted to follow my dad's footsteps.
Who is a jiu-jitsu champion too?
No, paratrooper.
Paratrooper.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do the same, but then I got a nicer,
better
better opportunity to join the team. And
When did you start with your 281 jumps? I mean,
3 years ago. My
years.
first season was at the end of August, so I jumped only 30 times, I think. And the last 2 seasons I did 100 jumps each. Not much.
And your plan to join the army was already before you started jumping?
It was already in my mind, but it was not a plan. Because when I started jumping, I was only 17, so I wasn't really looking for a job. But then, I think last year, I started to think I have to start thinking about my future, and then I chose to to go to the army. But then the opportunity came.
How did they find you? I mean, who found you?
I knew about him and also his brother. He was also on the tryouts, so we knew they were like beginning jumpers that were doing FS.
Oh, he's jumping. Your brother is jumping too.
Yes, yeah.
How
So
many
he was.
jumps? Okay, sorry.
He was also on the tryouts, and he has a little bit less jumps than Ray has. But eventually, at that level, it doesn't really matter. So it was just in the tunnel. It was really obvious that he would be the better pick for us.
Is he sad? Your brother? No?
Maybe.
Okay.
He says he's happy, but I think he's.
But eventually, it was like in the back of our minds, like in a couple of years, who knows if there are guys interested to join the team. It's always nice to keep an eye on them. But then when Mike announced, like out of nowhere actually for us, that he wanted to quit like straight away after Vos, it put everything in a little bit of an acceleration for him. So. But yeah, so far he's doing really good.
When did you meet him the first time? When did you detect
he lives close by, he jumps at the drop zone where I live 5 minutes away from. So I knew about him. I saw him flying in the tunnel a couple of times. When he started jumping, he was also like a fan of the team. So
you were a HayaBusa fan?
Yeah.
Join the crowd.
Yeah, I think who's not?
Yeah, right.
And that's actually what we want, somebody who's really eager to step into the team and that's like very motivated to jump and to get better. So it was actually the perfect profile. So yeah, we'll see how the future will unfold.
And do you have the feeling that comes to you, quite easily. I mean, you feel home with four-way formation skydiving competition. So whatever there is to learn, it's what's the big deal, kind of? Does it feel like that?
I mean, yeah, the guys are helping me a lot with the things, so I don't know, it's not.
But it doesn't seem to be something that is really difficult to learn, or when you with all the input.
It's a lot to learn.
It's a lot to learn.
It's difficult.
Okay, good.
It's not that it's really.
Don't think about that.
You know, I'm just asking it because there is a world champion in jiu-jitsu, or almost world champion, and he goes into four-way formation skydiving competition, and he has to work on it. Yeah. It's not like we are just jumping from a plane. No, we know that, but you may not, and others do not at all, know what it takes to. So we will maybe get some more feedback later on from you, to see how it is in a very short amount of time from nowhere, how much work does it take. Mm-hmm. But then here's another thing that interests me, and others too, I'm sure, but Dennis Prate, you have created kind of the whole team probably together, but you've been working with him in the tunnel on one-on-one a little bit, on skills and blah, blah. You've been doing this with Neil. You have a secret formula to bring people from nowhere to HayaBusa level. Can you tell us? Is it a secret? Or
the book is upstairs in my room.
Okay.
No, I mean, there is no secret formula for me. It's hard work, dedication, sacrifice. I mean, anything you need in every sport to excel, and in my opinion, also listen to the right coaches or guidance, and not question it. Definitely, if it comes from people that have the experience, good coaches or guiders or however you want to call it. They also know that how I fly, let's say, I know he's not going to fly exactly the same, and I've learned that from my own experience, where in the very beginning, where my idol was Andy, flying wise, that I wanted to copy him 100%, and that it was I wanted to look exactly like him in flying. And there came a point where I realized that it's okay that I'm let's say close, but I don't have the same body, I don't have the same weight, whatever, and that you have to, like, in the smaller details, adapt to yourself and create your own style, let's say. Still considering the same principles of flying, let's say, the same like guidelines, but with your own, I call it with your own sauce. The sauce that you like. And now at this point, we're at the beginning stage where we teach him the things that has to be like that doesn't change. He's not creating his own sauce yet, but that will come. And I think if the coach understands that, the coach or the person that is guiding you, that there's a point where he will create his own style or method of how to do stuff. Like, for example, I was talking to him about the exits out the door. So the exits that I've done millions of times. No, millions, maybe not, but thousands of times. Thousands of times. But I explain him how I do it, and for the moment it seems to work. But there might be a time where he finds a different detail that he likes more, that also works. And what can we say then? Then it's only good. So yeah, I think there's no secret to it. It's follow, be dedicated, be motivated, listen to your mentors, coaches, or whatever. If you have to learn, be open-minded. And same goes for us, for the rest of the team. It's a different lineup. It's again not going to be the same anymore as what it was with Mike or with Andy or with whatever lineup it was. So there might be changes again. So small things that you have to change. I will be in front of Neil now in the center, so it's not Mike for him, it's somebody else. So as long as we can communicate and work on the stuff together, then it can only go uphill.
But there's kind of a natural balance, between indoor training, tunnel flying for skills, outdoor training. There's mental training, visualization, relaxation, all kind of stuff. So formula is maybe not the right word for that, but there's a balance between those factors, physical fitness. So there must be some kind of a proportion that you have so much of this, so much of that.
At this point, for us, and I think it's been openly said in the team, it is individual skills. Four-way, like details of blocks and all that, it's not that important yet, because it becomes a lot easier if you can fly everything and you just say, okay, you just go there. And you don't have to explain how to do it with the left knee down or keep your arm up or all of that stuff. You just fly. That was what Bob and myself did a lot in the beginning when we came up, because we came up together. Is a lot of one-on-one, and it took me 2.5 to almost 3 years where I only did one-on-one, never saw four-way before the guys put me into four-way.
Are you serious?
Yes. Honestly, yeah. In the tunnel, one-on-one. But then when I did four-way, it was also easy for the guys to teach me, just say like, okay, that the block consists of, this is the dynamic of that block, so you just fly that, and they don't have to explain me how to fly it, because to a certain extent, I could fly everything. And that is what we want to, we want to focus on the individual skills again first, and back to also looking at ourselves, because when you go back, let's say down, when you were with a team where everything is so automatic, you fly with your eyes closed and you don't think about stuff anymore. Now we have to start, for us as well, have to start thinking about stuff again, which is good. So you start looking at yourself again, and it can only be positive to look at. So I'm not only doing one-on-one with Ray. These guys are flying one-on-one with each other. It's good. We go back to basics and we improve.
Not thinking of anything, you say. Just it all comes by itself. Christopher Kuhlmann, Chris, he was thinking of something at the US Nationals. Remember that when we talked what he said? Did you listen to that kind of? Yeah. He was thinking for a moment.
Oh yes. Yeah. In the random, you mean? Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, Neil, how does it? Nobody's looking at you anymore now. So for a year or two, everybody was look at Neil. He is the new guy on the block. How does it feel? Does it feel good?
It's a little bit different experience, because I was Ray 2 years ago, so all the comments was on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I know a bit how it feels to have all to be like, let's say like the worst and like fucking up everything. Let's say like just if there's something wrong, it's me. That's how it is in the beginning. But there still is, I never reached the level these guys had, like the 29 average or something. I wasn't even close to it, so my level is still so low in compared to them. So I still get a lot of feedback.
That's humble.
Yeah, I'm far away from where I need to be. It's still a long way. A lot of things I need to improve. It's also with one-on-one, it still helps me a lot. I guess I need hours of it.
But seriously, is it psychologically, does it feel like a little bit of a burden is off the shoulders, because there is a new guy now, who gets more attention than you, and you can just develop?
No,
is that
it's
relaxing?
not how I look at it, because if I look at the videos or something, I want to try to be perfect or be as close as possible to what I need to do. So it's, yes, in the front piece the things are changing, but should not change what I do or what I need to do. So it's not really...
One thing is changing for you now, because you will have a different slot very soon. So let's talk about the slots. Grammy is a funny thing coming. because you have different lineups or different events, and some of the guys from outside of the picture are coming back into the picture, and blah blah blah. So that's an additional challenge coming.
Yes.
Who wants to explain that? Who has the nerve to try to explain?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so when we come back from this training camp on November the 8th, Ray has to join the army, so he has to start his boot camp. Yeah. But we had our schedule for the year. We had Belgian Nationals indoor also on the calendar, which of course we want to attend. We want to keep doing also the tunnel training and keep working on the individual skills. So the plan is now to do Belgian Nationals with Dave stepping back into his inside center slot. Then Neil is going to go to his B slot, which was my slot, and then I'm going to go fly with Dennis. We still have to fight about what's up. I would love to do the outside center. He would love me to do the points, but we'll see in training whichever is the best for the lineup that's going to do Belgian Nationals. That's what we will go for. So it's a nice challenge. It's something fresh. I think it's also good for Neil to be able to fly with Dave in that slot that he's been doing for ages. So to see how he's handling the moves that he has to be able to do, he will become stronger in his B slot. For me, it's something completely new, which I'm also actually looking forward to after so many years. So no, it's nice to tackle the winter now.
So everybody's doing homework now, all new. Learn B slot, totally new. New slot there. So Dave is nervous because he is in front of the camera again. So everybody, and that is not only for the Belgian indoor. That is for the season.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Jumping from planes. Stars out the door.
Well,
not for you.
Shouldn't be a problem, Dave?
No. Yeah, should be able to handle that.
So that goes, and the season competition is
beginning of July. So the fact is, we're gonna lose Ray for about 12 weeks. He's coming back somewhere in the mid of February, and then it's a little bit of a mingle. Let's say we would like to make him better, of course. So he will do a lot of indoor training after February when he comes back, and then starting around like the last 2 months before the World Championship in Hungary, season, I will step in the team and then train some SISM, and the moment when that starts to become like natural again, then we're gonna give Ray as much as possible to keep training, because also the fact is that now that Israel has been cancelled, we don't know yet what is coming into place of that World and where is that going to be placed in the calendar.
No, you should know.
Not yet. I should.
He's the official
and
guy.
Maybe the first, but I don't know yet. So I think somewhere, I don't know if it's going to be end of October. Most likely not. It can be September. So, and maybe even August. So it will be come much more forward, much more forward than how it is in the calendar right now. So that only makes the time frame that we have very compact, the changes within the team, but also making sure that when we go to a World Championship with Ray, that at least he's not feeling underprepared. He will be underprepared, but we would like to go and give him the best possible feeling so that he can perform at his best, not that he will come out of a World Championship like totally destroyed and thinking like, what the hell did I just sign up for?
From what we've seen here, it doesn't.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think the stronger we can make him, the better it is for the project to go forward. Because once I then step back, that's gonna be the end of stepping back in. After Hungary, it should be finished.
Boy, don't you like it anymore?
No, I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward for the Belgian Nationals. Also to go back into the tunnel training. Also training for the season, but then it should be.
Hey, it's an alternate. You always have to be ready for each round. You have to be ready.
But luckily it is a passion. Luckily, four-way for me is more than my life. It's something where I wake up from and go to sleep with. So I don't mind, but I honestly, 3.5 years ago, I did not expect that I have to come back right now, and I will for the sake of the team for sure, because I like it, and I can honestly tell you I'm really looking forward, and I'll try my best to be on my best level that I had. Yeah, but it should be done after that one.
There's still, do you feel like that already by now? Like waking up with that 4-way thing in the morning, going to sleep at night with that 4-way thing in your mind? Is that the same?
Sleep, I always think about 4 a.m. to remind me the blocks, so I remember them.
And then I fall asleep. It's the same for me. It's my sleeping pill.
So the good thing is you're right. The moment before he closes his eyes, he looks at Bob. And the moment when he opens them up, he sees Bob because they're sleeping in the same room. So.
Yeah, okay. That's funny. There's still like, your boot camp is until February, you say? Okay. So you're coming back at indoor time, but then you need outdoor training for CISM, right? So there's indoor training only, so you will just do...
Luckily so there is a training camp for us planned in the second part of February in New Zealand, because we were going to go look for a pack, and also with our sponsor and everything, with Gyro, it worked out a little bit since we're sponsored by them for a long time, and we never got to see the factory. And it was something that started off with a laugh, and it came about that it worked out to go do a training camp there. They're very happy. We're very happy to go explore some new places. So that happened. That was already set in stone. So we are going to go. Normally Ray is just out of boot camp, so we take Ray for that training camp. So he'll be jumping there. Then it's indoor season. Well, it's a big training camp for within indoor season. Mm-hmm. But that we didn't want to let go. And then indoor, and then one more, and then we'll see how it goes with he will go with us to every outdoor camp for sure, even if we jump with Dave. So he stays in it, and then, like Dave said, we will see how much it will become clear very quickly how much we need with Dave and slot switching and whatever, how much the lineup needs, and then see how much we can to that point, because CISM is very important to us, the result there.
Sure, very keen, of course.
So we will see how we'll balance that, but then after CISM, as Dave said, he fucks off again back up top.
Are you gonna do the camera at the time when he is?
He doesn't have enough jumps, so
he cannot wear a camera.
You need 500 jumps to jump a camera.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No.
Apparently, yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Apparently, yeah.
In Belgium only.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, also, because the indoor season is so long, we also within the team decided that we're not going to go for the Macau World Cup. I think we have more important things to do, and sadly enough, that did not work out that well. So we're going to skip that one. So at least now it is official.
Yeah.
Whew. So that all needs to be digested now for all of us. You're already in the middle of the process anyway. But that sounds like a very entertaining season coming up. We keep our eyes, and all the fans, the HayaBusa fans, will keep their eyes on the development. Sounds like fun. Anyway, so I think we have used up our time here again. Luckily, we're not on Zoom. We can exceed our 30 minutes or 40 minutes or what it is. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Have fun with the remainder of the training camp, and then so we will possibly see you in action, for sure in action at the Belgian Indoor National. So that's the next competition.
Exactly.
And then we go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurt.
NMP PCH HayaBusa with a new member, Ray Lawrence. I have to learn that, so thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you.